Hi-ho, Andrew Kelfier here. Welcome to the Onion Buns. It's time for another edition of Hilarious Gaming Stories. So we're going to step away from the D&D and the online gaming. We're going to talk about axes and allies. Now, rage is a terrible thing. Uncontrolled rage. And I had a buddy that had just that. So we're sitting down to play a game of axes and allies. There's myself, Sean, Mark, and Kerry. Now, Mark and Kerry are playing Germany and Japan, and Sean and I are playing the Allies. And now, Kerry, well, there's no other way to say it. He's a poor sport. He was a poor sport. And he wanted Mark to sacrifice Japan so that Germany could steamroll and win. And Mark would not do this because, well, that's boring. You know, you want to be involved in the game. You don't want to just sacrifice your country. And they were going at each other all night long over this arguing, while Sean and I were absolutely destroying them in this game because of it. So we finished the game, and Sean and I, we decimated them. It was a slaughter. Even with Kerry's renowned good rolling, it was an absolute slaughter. So Kerry's mad. So we decide we're going to go for coffee. So we get in our vehicles. Kerry's in his vehicle, Mark's in his vehicle, and I'm driving myself and Sean. And we're going to a local hotel, probably about, I'd say about 20 blocks away from where we were. So we pull out onto the street, and Kerry, like I said, he's angry. So he zooms down the street, and he zooms into this, and he cuts a guy off. Well, this guy, he flashes Kerry the high beams, and he zooms around, and he cuts Kerry off. Well, Kerry, he lays on his horn, and like they're going, you know, like this down a freaking freeway. And it was an accident waiting to happen. And they finally get to the turn point, and it's a red light. So they stop. Well, the guy stops, and Kerry stops, and Kerry gets out of his vehicle. And this guy, now Kerry was legitimately 320 pounds. The best way I can describe him is, for pro wrestling fans, Jim Neidhart. That's who he always reminded me of, is Jim the Anvil Neidhart, who was a tag team partner of Bret Hart. I'll put up an image just so you can get a visual. So anyway, Kerry jumps out of his vehicle, and he runs around this guy's vehicle, and this guy jumps out of his vehicle, and they start going at it. And Kerry beats the ever living crap out of this guy. And this is the 1980s, so, you know, it's not as busy as it would be nowadays. So Kerry's beating the ever-living crap out of this guy, and they finish, and Kerry gets back in his vehicle, and he drives off to the hotel that we're meeting to go to the restaurant. Well, I get to the hotel, and we get out, and we walk into the hotel, and Kerry's standing there, and I go, what the hell was that about? And no word of a lie, he looks me dead in the face. He goes, Mark made me so angry, but I can't hit him. He's my friend. Like I said, rage is a terrible thing. And that's my story. If you like the video, leave a like, a subscribe, and a share. I'm trying to grow my channel, and a like, a subscribe, and a share does me wonders. And I do appreciate anyone that likes, subscribes, and shares. I really do. If you dislike this video, leave a dislike. Always feel free to leave a comment. Don't worry, I don't swing my cane too strongly if I dislike your comment. And as always, pew, 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 and shit. Thanks for watching. Bye.